Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thursday. It's Thor Thursday. We made it. Yay. Well, my name is Bonnie D. Welcome, welcome. What I do is I channel through dreams, I channel through a meditation with the cards, and I ask spirits to show me the connection and what we have to deal with in this time. The energy is very high, and as we are evolving, we're changing. And I really feel that it's time for us to realize who we are. They've kept it for a long time. We're going to start to see things in through the veil because the veil is thinning. And when I do my midnight meditation, I tend to close my eyes and shuffle the cards. What flies out, I will keep for the collective. What doesn't, it doesn't want to be seen yet because we're going to have a lot of things coming down, and we're not going to understand it right now. Everybody's just kind of what's going to happen next. We need to buckle up. We need to get ready for this because we do have some really strong energy coming through, and it's going to be an unusual energy. Tonight, I was sitting at some friends, and it was probably about 9 o'clock. And I look out the window and it was yellow. I mean, not like the sun setting, but like somebody had like a yellow light on it. It was really weird. And a few minutes later, about 15 minutes later, I walked out and it was like quarter after 9. And it was like almost daylight in some places. So, and I'm in Florida. So it's really weird. And now they're on the ground and they're busting mayors and congressmen, all the goodies. So we are going to start to see arrests, and they're even talking the EBS. So we're not sure. They've said the EBS 100 million times, but just make sure you got some water and some stuff at home and start working on self and get ready for this shift because we're going to see magic and things like we've never seen before because we are going to we're kind of, I asked Gemini on my phone today, what dimension are we in? And they said 4. So I had a feeling it was 4 because 5 is when you hit your Shambhala, your spiritual awakening, your you can feel it, know what you're supposed to do to an extent. Me, I was supposed to be on here waking up my soul family, and they are coming gradually because we don't realize it, but we will real soon. So let's get started. I hope everybody's having a very safe holiday, the 4th of July, our Independence Day, our freedom. And let's hope we take the freedom back real soon. So yeah, it's 7/3 of 2025, which is a 19, which goes down to a 10, which goes down to a 1. To me, that's like a new beginning, and it's kind of going to be uneasy, weird. I get it, but we still have to realize. Now, we got some interesting cards from the Mystic Forest Oracle. And the first one that came through was Forge a New Path. When you make new choices, you create new results. Let go of old patterns and embrace the power of possibility. You are fully supported. When you look at that and you go into the unknown in nature, you will be walking with Mother Earth and our Father Sky, our creation, and you will have beautiful memories and stories to tell. Are you writing your book yet? And Wild and Wonderful came out after that. Why focus on limitations and realism? Breakthrough and miracles. Breakthroughs and miracles require no linear explanation or method. Unexplainable and ideological magic happens every day. You know, the way it said that, that was funny because I said to my husband, he says, well, what do we do? I said, you start working on yourself. you start seeing what's going on with yourself, and you find your trigger moments and you take care of it. You balance yourself out when you're getting that trigger moment. And usually we're okay with it, but we're getting better at this. I think a lot of people are starting to realize there's more to the theatrical performance from a government that tells us we can't go in the water without a permit for something. We can't catch fish out of the water for a permit. Think about it, people. Really think. Now, I know we've been programmed that we have to do this because they got to keep it up. Why would they be making all that money? They're not making it for us. They're not putting any of that money in our pocket. They're just foraging us with for money. And we're going to say, yeah, really, they did. I go to work every day and I have to give my state, my government, like 35% or 40% of my energy. And then I get to take a little bit of home. And when I go to the gas station, I pay tax there to get gas to drive my vehicle back and forth to work. And then I give cash to my apartment or my home that I have property tax on. I pay the property tax just to live on my home, my property. And even though it was all bought and paid for, I still have to, I guess, pay rent to the state. We really, some people say, well, we have to do that. Well, why do we have to do that? Who says? Receive it all. You deserve to receive abundance at full capacity. Believe in your worth and trust that the universe is ready to deliver all that you desire. Open up. Yes, the universe is waiting for us to say something. We've been quiet too long and letting a lot of people push our buttons and make us feel bad. Now we're starting to say, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah. And then they set their own amount. Like they work for us, but that they go in, they say, we should have another 100,000 this year. And we're basically topping 30,000 a year in our paychecks. Uh, why would we pay that much for someone's energy and get nothing in return? We got to think about things like that. Okay, this card was funny. This card flew out, and I had just picked up the deck. I didn't finish shuffling, and I didn't cut them, so I decided to put that back in, cut them, shuffle them, and it flew out again. So we're going to keep the 14, the fire element. It's a 5, which we know we're going through evolution change. I ignite the fire within me that connects me to the divine. Why do we have to go to man or woman to tell us about the divine, about our creator, about source? We should know it within ourselves. We should see the learning, the ideas, the philosophies, and say, yeah, okay, I want that feeling, or no, it's going to be a choice. But why would you do that? Why wouldn't you ignite what is within? Magic is all around us. So after we got little Miss Firefly, and she tells us to go within. Then we got 23, which is another 5. We got 5 for her, and 5 is change, evolution. We got 5, the present. I fully experience every moment of my life by living in present. And this honestly kind of looks different. This is the first card that come out, and it's like this is feeling the flame and looking at what they need to do. So this one's telling us to ignite within, and this one's telling us to experience every moment. And we should experience every moment because this is our time. And I thought this was really cool. It says 32, it's another five. Yeah, you can't make this up. And it says movement and meditation. I celebrate and honor my physical body through dance and movement. Yeah, we need to start moving more. We need to start stretching. We need to start finding ourselves. We need to start wherever we need to start to feel better and to honor our physical body. We realize we are a soul in a body, but the body, as the soul is in the body, it's got to make good decisions for you and the soul, or the soul has to come out and find a different avatar. So, got to remember when we're concentrating on the avatar, what's out here, we're not paying attention to what's within. And this is a 28, which is a 10, and we had 10 today. It's 7, 3, 25. It went to a 19, 10, and a 1. That's what this is doing. It says release. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. And think about what this one said. Now you've got the angel up here. It's gonna, these cards right here are telling me with all the fire and the energy in these cards that we have to be careful right now. We have to be slow and really concentrate on answers and things that are coming out, because we have been fooled for so long, and it will be easy to fool us again, because right now nobody knows what's going on in their world. They just feel something's not right, something's different. Okay. The Soul Helper Oracle really wanted to come out, and it's an 18, which is a 9. And uh, the lost in the ruins of the past find the way to the present movement and live. That's that one card that we had, the present. And this is a very sad, lonely, beautiful story of a person that once had everything, but then they have nothing because what's in their mind is nothing. All they have to do is bring everything back in and release things, release bad energies and hold on to the good ones. Let's see what this card is going to do. Find your way to the present moment and live. You are a traveler on the path of your soul. You will need all the courage as you are following the light of your heart into an uncertain future. However, you have now drawn this card, and it is a very important sign. You have become lost in the ruins of the past, in ruins that are remnants of an unpleasant or difficult time. You have looked back too often instead of looking forward, at times trapped in places in the past that should have long since ceased to exert power over my life. Even if you could go back, you would find yourself alone and deserted. You would not meet anyone there. So, what is it that you seek in these silent ruins that can offer you only loneliness and bitterness? They symbolize all your missed opportunities, but you cannot restore them now. They are what they are. If you linger there, you will begin to see your life as meaningless and sad, when it is really a wonderful, magical adventure. Feel the light of your heart and hear the sound of your soul. Continue on your path to discover endless possibilities, new adventures, new encounters, and even a new love. If you live tenuously in the light portal of the present, your eyes firmly fixed on the future, you will be on the path of your soul. Leave the past behind and find your way back to the present. It is now important to forgive yourself and continue your journey, your gaze fixed firmly ahead. Your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the mouse. The herbal essence oil is the lemon. Healing crystal is the black opal. And the number is 9. And we know 9 goes into itself. You know, it keeps going and going and going and coming back to 9. Uh, but this card so reminds me of things like that. It's just that if we keep looking back, we're going to trip. We're going to trip and fall. We're going to be stuck in the 3D plane of existence. I am already basically at 5D. I read 5D. I read the difference about 5D. I went through 3D with my life, my past life. Okay. But 4D is when I start looking within. So I've been 4D for a while. And I know 5D, I am feeling 5D. And I am seeing things that I normally don't see. I'm hearing things I normally don't hear. And pay attention. Really now, pay attention. Because it's gonna get good. Oh, and then after I left it over there, after the 28 release, the angel, we got this one. 15, it's just 6. Find your bliss. I am following a path I love and am fully aligned in my soul purpose. It is going to get better. It is going to get better. But right now, it's going to be hard. There's going to be some rough patches, and we have to be ready. And speaking of that, it says we went into the Starseed Oracle. You got the love, Hadrian energy, codependency, and boundaries. There is a blurred image of 3 there, and the man, and there's 2 women. The Hadrians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love. Who sees you love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaries, independent, healthy relationships, because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in a separate body, to learn to love self first and then establish healthy relationships with others, to remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have the love all on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationship, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul's level. Perhaps you're in a relationship which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain volatility to it, and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is a sign to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made consciously or unconsciously, to acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just to be you. To assess if there are any place of inadequacy that you've used a relationship to soothe and cover up. Do you lose yourself in relationships? Question mark. If so, how? Question mark. How can you develop a deeper love for yourself? Question mark. That's some interesting things that came out as these cards are coming out. Feeling someone is not encouraged enough. They've been picked on, or they've come out of something that they felt they were wrong, but really it was right for them. And it pulled them apart. They're finding the masculine and feminine and the child, but it's the feminine, the masculine, and the child is not, how do I say it? It doesn't feel like it's igniting together. Like something's like a codependency, or it's something that's sad. Something is not right about this, and they don't feel like they've got love. And that's pretty much why that card came out, because I'm feeling that in my heart space. All I want you to know is you are beautiful in your own way. You just don't realize it because the world has a habit of beating you up. But trust me, if you are beat up and you're still surviving and you still feel as smart as you were before, then you're good, you're doing good. Because we all have our bad times, our good times, our learning times, the one runaway times, all of that and then some. But if we're here in the now and we're looking into the old, the wisdom that the elders had through intuition and through our heart, we'll be able to see that. Our elders had a hard life, as what we've been told, but they still had a conscience and they did have a lot going on. Now, the Intuitive Whisper Oracle. This is beautiful. 21, which is a 3. Spacious mind and soul. We are not made of solid matter. We are made up of millions of atoms, and those atoms are 99.9% empty space. It's within that space, that creativity and the feeling of spaciousness appear. We have two sides of our brains, the creative side and the analytical side. When you create, when you are overwhelmed, stressed, or problem solving, your creativity and feeling of spaciousness are limited. In order for your soul's creativity to emerge, you must prioritize cultivating space and stillness. It sounds simple, but it takes effort to find the time for space. With so many distractions designed to keep us in our analytical side of the mind, you have to set time aside for stillness in order to tap back into the endless space that lies beyond. You can't use your mind to create a feeling of spaciousness. Instead, you have to rest into it. Where in your life can you find space? First thing in the morning or late at night. Dedicate time every day to be quiet so you can begin to listen to your soul's intuitive voice. How to cultivate a spacious mind. Close your eyes and deepen your breath. Breathe in all the way in and all the way out. Focus solely on the journey of your breath. After a few breaths, notice that by slowing down your breathing, you are slowing down the body, which in turn begins to quiet the mind. Stay focused on the breath, inviting more internal space with each round. The analytical mind may begin to chatter, trying to pull you out of your meditation, but persist and redirect your focus to your breathing. The more you rebel against the thoughts, the more spacious begins to form within you. Now listen to the silence. Yeah, I like that because, yes, listening to the silence is amazing. Sometimes when I'm going downtown, I usually have the music on, but I'll turn it off and I'll just listen. I won't say anything. I won't let my mind go. I'll just be looking at the road and the beautiful sky above and just let whatever is going to take me through, talk me through, make me feel the energy and get on a balanced level is what you got to do. So it's, yeah, I think we have, yeah. We're gonna do this. The magic spirit oracle really wanted to talk, and I thought it was like really good because it's like it wrote a little book. Number 15, which is a six. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. Magic mushroom, miracles, fairy energy, opening up. The mushroom pad, she's leaning on it, the angel and the little bumblebee. It just looks like they're relaxing on the mushroom and the bumblebee is coming in to talk to them. So let's see what happens on the magic mushroom. I open my eyes and heart to the magic around me. We got that trust the magic the other day. Eat me, say the magic mushroom. It has much to show you. There are tiny miracles all around you. So many interesting places, things, and curious ideas. Put your human self aside and summon up your fairy energy. We all have it. The energies allow us to see the unseen, to feel things we have never felt before, to think about life in a brighter, new way, with passion, curiosity, and more importantly, without limitations. Imagine how incredible the world would look if you were as small as a fairy. What wonder and awe you would feel. How magnificent a simple blade of grass would look. How plush or how grand a ladybug would be, trotting right inside you. How plush and comfy would a bed of moss be? You'd be able to slip in and out simply of that blade of grass. How grand the ladybug would be trotting right there. I lost my place. But I go back to the ladybug, and that's interesting because anytime I see a ladybug, I think about my great grandmother. She always said that when your garden had ladybugs, your garden was good because the ladybugs will eat the bad and help the garden grow. So she said ladybugs are beautiful. And I think so too. There is interesting knowledge that you don't yet know, but can soon find out. So stay open. Now is a good time to explore more deeply the topics and places that fascinate you and light you up. There is so much more to be known. We could live 100 lifetimes and there would still be more enchanted mysteries or discover, see, and learn. Yeah, we need to imagine, they put you on it. Here's a manifestation enhancer. Imagine you are the psychedelic mushroom, practicing looking, feeling, and thinking about things in a new way. Watch informational or spiritual documentaries, read some new books, take a walk and just observe the world around you. Listen to the different music. In fact, try taking a walk or journaling while listening to instrumental music. What thoughts and feelings does it bring up? What wake up at a different time than you normally would, earlier or stay up later if you can, and chill with the moon. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a late sleeper and I'm up till late. Okay, we got number 16 that come in after the magic mushroom. And this I thought was very interesting after the mushroom. So we went on a psychedelic journey in our mind. And then we came to, and that was through the 15, then we came to the 16, which is the 7. The things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. The awakened dead, nirvana, self-appreciation, resilience. I honor all of me, my past, present, and future. This card can mean it's time for you to have a powerful moment of self-realization about the life you are leading, as if you have already lived it, as if your future self is talking to you. This card also can mean that you have been self-critical, and that isn't okay. You are on the right path, even if it's not going as you planned. Point of view. Imagine you are reflecting on your life from the afterlife. You're proud of yourself because you were always doing so much better than you thought you were. Yeah, you can see it now. You know it. You know it now, but you wish you could have known it then. You wish you could have had seen yourself the way you see yourself now. God, you are so beautiful. You realize it was always a choice that you decided to make over and over, even when you didn't want to. You didn't have to. It would have been easier, not to, but you did. You choose to empower yourself to begin again, to believe again, to pick yourself back up after you fell so hard. Nose in the dirt, tears in the soil, hands grasping the earth. And it's okay if you sometimes lay there in that cold darkness a bit longer than you should have. You were in plain sight. You were tired. And it's okay if you judge yourself for that. You want to do the best for yourself because you believe you chose to believe, because even after your weakest, aching, I'm so dead inside moments, you call for a rebirth and a reckoning after chaos ensued. You summoned the fainting lit and seemingly dormant power to come out from deep within your soul. And finally, They did. Sometimes you weren't sure, though that's okay. It's incredible that even though all the craziness of this world and people, you did it. Yeah, no, you did it. Just wish you could have known that you always could have trusted yourself. You always could have trusted yourself. Definitely. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I know when you're on the magic mushroom trip, you're oblivious. You don't care. But then when you get the awakening, the dead, you start to care. You start to think about it. Because after those, we got a number 40, and this is kind of a message after those. These are kind of a go on a journey type thing. And this one is it's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. Sweet oblivion, uncertainty, fate, and humor. I am freely floating amid the beautiful cosmos, sinking into the unknown, trusting in your own free will in combination with fate. The sorceress who embraces the power within the void. Sometimes it is okay to be lost and have no answers. Sometimes the best adventures happen when we don't know we're going there. Yeah, we've always had things like that come up where I'm just going. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going. And, you end up sometimes finding nice people and the right people and everything else. Okay, so that gave us some ideas of what we're going through right now in the collective. Now, this is going to be the reading for the collective. And the Enchanted Map Oracle has been really telling us a lot of things. And I'm pretty sure we got the drafts the other day, which is encouragement. And this one's upside down, and it's a 9. It's 54, it's a 9. So, what's going on in reverse? This is the encouragement card. You're receiving a nudge in the right direction. A misstep isn't the end of the world. You've fallen into a trap of false courage, and only humility will lead you out of it. Perhaps you weren't listening to your intuition, and now you're in a jam. Being too self-reliant without knowing the ropes has brought you to this place. Don't become too discouraged. All is well. And you can always start again. Take another road and surely discover new territories where love really blooms. Just remember to rely on your higher power. You can't always get what you want, but spirit knows you need your needs. Something better awaits around the corner. I like that because, yeah, it is gonna happen around the corner, and you have all the encouragement within. So if you're feeling like you're not encouraged, go within. It'll help you. Now we're gonna get a clarifier from the Oceanic Tarot, and the Knight of Pentacles decided it wanted to come out with the encouragement upside down. And this is loyalty. So the giraffe upside down, as you see, there's two giraffes. There's a baby and a mother or father, and they are entwined. And they're loyal. The mother's loyal to the child. Loyalty. And loyalty makes a big difference in life. When you have, say, a best friend or somebody you've lived around for a long time, and you need that encouragement that they're my people. And we don't have a lot of that in this world anymore. Sometimes it feels like you're completely on your own, but you're not. You're never on your own. And the next one we got was 12, slow and steady. And I got a big, we've had this 3 times now, I'm pretty sure. one upside down. No, I think it's one upside down and one straight up, and then this one straight up. Show slow and steady wins the race. We have to be careful right now. I'm seeing a lot of impatience and aggravation and temper rages and crap like that we got to get over. So it's time to work on self, but slow and easy. Do some meditation. Don't jump into anything right now. It is really trying to tell us something because it's been up so many times. Now, reverse, this is pushing things forward impulsively will not only prevent success, but potentially cause more trouble than you're prepared to handle. Moving too quickly will only yield unripe fruit with a bitter taste. Slow down, breathe, meditate. You're not a human doing, you're a human being. Just be. Everything will work out if you can apply the brakes and become more aware of what's happening in this moment. A calm focus on the now, breathing in the beauty of your surroundings will restore your power to consciously co-create your world, all fruits ripened in their own time. Yeah, I really think we really need to be careful with the slow and don't jump into anything. Listen and observe. Use your intuition seriously. Now is not the time to jump into anything. So the slow and steady got the clarifier, which was the high priestess, which was intuition. And I just said, when you're going, when you're slow and I almost lost my book. When you're slow and steady and you get intuition, use that intuition as you're going slow and steady. Because say you're thinking of something that you shouldn't be thinking of, like your problems and everything. You're trying to meditate, but you can't. And you're not using your intuition. You're just upset because of the personal things that's going on in your world. So the intuition, we all know what intuition is, and it's wisdom, secrets. Keep your thoughts and feelings to yourself just now and respect others' secrets as well as your own. Take time to concentrate on your spiritual interests and listen to your intuition. The right teacher will appear when you are ready for the lesson. See, that's what I'm talking about. We've got wait for the lesson and we've got slow and steady. So this divine message is coming through that we understand the encouragement. You have to give yourself more encouragement than you have. You have to go slow and steady. That's a divine message. And your intuition is there. So you really need to slow and steady. And I can see it because there's people in my world that are always in a hurry and they don't know where they're going. They know they're going home, but they're always in a hurry. And that just drives me crazy. So we got a 46 now, which is a 10. And our number up there at the top, the day's date is 7/3/2025/19. There's a 10 and a 1. So this is a 1. This is like, what is this telling me? We're going through in the evolution. We're coming apart. And this is not a bad coming up. It's not a bad, but we're starting to lose the things that we used to cling to and hang on to. That's what's coming apart. The coming apart, now is the time to take separate paths. The coming apart card is a sign to put an end to what is no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need to break a promise or change course because you look on more than you could handle. This is a perfect time to reassess in alignment with what you believe in. Have you created a partnership that is not mutually beneficial. Separation, disillusion, and disrespect are all the focus now. If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. Yeah, if someone is bringing you down, uh, you might have to separate because if you're like your friends, your lovers, whatever you are, we don't want to drag somebody down because we just feel that they should stay with us and da 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 da. Because the last part of the coming apart, our clarifier was reversed upside down in number 15, which is a 6, the vortex. And it's interesting because this is the way it usually comes out. They're going up. Here they're going down. It's like it's sucking them down. And I've heard a lot of things about we're going to have a lot of tornadoes, craziness and weather popping up. And right now we have a very crazy spiritual war going on that we're all seeing, but really nobody knows what the hell we're doing. And this is temptation. And because it's upside down, it does have a few more different meanings, but it's still temptation. If you decide it's time to break an agreement or habit, do it. It will be easier than you think. Don't let your circumstances dedicate who you are. Take back your power. Choices, contracts, control, power, affairs, restrictions, and addictions. So, everybody needs to really buckle up. It's really going to get rough, and the energy is going to be so rough that people will just, let's just say it's not going to be a good time. Not yet. Okay, we've got one more, the Future Oracle, and this is travel. Find ecological ways to explore the world. This is what me and my husband would like to do. And maybe after the Great Awakening and the evolution, maybe we can. You never know. Soon after 2032, clean, environmentally friendly source of power will create a reassurance of travel and exploration. Vehicles will be ecological, powered, and made of biodegradable plant material. How plants hover plates and silent mini helicopters will be popular for local trips. Many individuals will reactivate their levitation powers and be able to take short journeys this way. For longer distance transportation, will more along in designating layers will roadways in the sky. Most of these will be operated remotely, but same will be guided by volunteers. In 2050, eco-powered rockets will transport travelers within a speed of our current beyond our comprehension. People will be able to move freely everywhere without passport. There will be no borders and everyone will be welcome. Everyone with an open heart. In fifth dimensional awareness, people know that their needs will always be met. So a transport will always be there at the perfect time. And yeah, today we've had our hummingbird feeding from our feeder. There's 2 hummingbirds on this. And then there is a flying saucer, a boat. This looks like a spaceship. Child coming alive with the imagination of beauty, with the colors, with the birds, with everything. And this child is looking at this bird right here, or this butterfly. And the energy, look at the energy that all this, the purity of the child and the animals, the grounding, the earth, and yeah, that is a really, I like that card. Okay, so we're done. And I think that this is going to be for the third and the fourth, probably. We have to really be careful right now on what's going on. We're not going to be going into any crowds for the 4th of July. We're gonna we're gonna stay mellow and stay aware of things, but I don't think traveling is a good idea right now. But that's just me, and you know what? You're gonna do whatever you want to do because it's you. So, I love everybody, and I hope you have a beautiful, magical 4th of July. And may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? What do I always say? Just be you.